This video is brought to you by Pass Labs, creating products that invite you to listen. Hey, I'm Andrew Gash for Audioholics. Phiaton isn't a name that's been around for terribly long, but its Korean parent company, Cresyn, founded in 1959, has been making headphones or headphone components for quite some time. Now, these are the Bridge MS 500 headphones, which Phiaton describes as over-ear. Now, I'd humbly tell you that they are actually on-ear, unless your ears are the size of walnuts and you can actually manipulate your ear to get inside of these leather pads. I can't, but hey, to each his own. Nomenclature and fit aside, these headphones are a really stunning mix of aluminum and leather that look great and provide significant sound, which is the point. The phones utilize a 40mm driver, and the chamber is oversized to provide deeper bass response. Now, the driver baffle is actually acoustically suspended from the honeycomb frame through the use of strategically placed offsets. The ear pads are made of a nice soft leather that sat nicely on my ears, and if you're not opposed to an on-ear design, then these are actually going to be some pretty comfortable headphones. They sit nice, weight is evenly distributed across the perforated leather headband. Now, connectivity is simple. Both a standard headphone cable and a mobile headphone cable are included, and both are also fabric wrapped and tangle resistant, though there is still a significant amount of cord noise. You can also plug the cable into either earphone, and this is actually one of my favorite features because it gives you more options and better ergonomics depending upon how you tend to position your portable music player. Now, while these aren't noise-canceling headphones, they do provide a significant amount of noise isolation. And that means that you can hear a lot more of the music you're listening to and a lot less of the environment you're in. I first listened to a lot of classical music on these headphones in order to gauge their dynamics. First up was Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 3, played by the London Philharmonic. Now, this is a rather active track. It has a lot of bass strings as well as plenty of string riffs that tackle the more delicate highs. And the room in which it was recorded is very spacious and wide. All of this was relayed beautifully by the MS 500 headphones, and I just sat back and enjoyed listening to the execution of this popular classic. After this, I couldn't help but bring up the same orchestra playing Carmen Burana's O Fortuna. Now, if headphones are all about dynamics, and they largely are, then this track is one of the most delineating pieces of music you can listen to. The wide-panned chorals presented a very wide soundstage, and the underlying wind instrumentation gave a clean but subtle melody. Finally, the crescendo-like chorus kicked in with strong percussion and an almost fanatic build-up to the finale. Now, I did tend to hear a bit more dynamics on my referenced Denon AH-D7100 headphones, with a touch more mid-range detail. However, those cost about $900 more than these. So I'm not sure that that isn't actually a huge compliment to the Phiatons. Now, bringing it in with some modern flavor, I went to Spotify and queued up some Toby Mac. You know, in hindsight, I think that there's actually a bit more dynamic range on my musical style taste than in my actual music. In any case, the title track to his Eye On It album is absolutely awesome material for headphones, as it drives with punchy bass, yet features wide-panned vocals along with tons of Airy synth pads and effects. It's just a fun song. And the MS 500s really did it justice. I got to hear the song in a way that was much more intimate and visceral than with most of the speakers that I've listened to. After several more tracks, I was convinced that the Phiaton MS 500 headphones are just as good for serious, detailed listening as for more playful and electronic tracks. They're just fun to listen to, and they are clean and noise-free. Now, I don't know what else you need besides that. At just under $300, these headphones compete well with models like the Yamaha Pro 500s and the V-Moda M100s. Now, here's our question of the week. What kind of headphone cable do you prefer? Flat, fabric wrapped, rubberized? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're at it for the latest videos. Like us on Facebook. You'll be able to know what we're doing. Well, honestly, you'll know before we do. Seriously, let me know what I'm reviewing next, because they never tell me these things. I tended to hear a bit more dynamics on my referenced Denon AH-D71 headphones, 7100, crap on a stick in a box and a frickin' I tended to hear a bit more dynamics on my reference Denon AHD7100 headphones, but I'm sorry. Darn it. Now, I did tend to hear a bit more reference crap. Wow.